If you all think that players and assistant coaches want to see the head coach fail, you're delusional.
You know, if you look at the blue bloods in college football, you're not expecting one of their young head coaches to be involved in the scandal that Sherrone Moore is involved in there in Michigan.
He breaks into her place, threatens to kill himself, and says he's going to make her watch because she ruined his life.
I think when you look at it, it's more of a mental crisis. Was the door locked? Did he kick the door in, or the door? He went through a door that was unlocked.
Do you think he's going to actually get any jail time based on what happened, or no?
He had given her an exuberant raise, I think a year and a half before, taking her from like $50,000 to $90,000. So Sherrone Moore, is there a road back for him? Look at his life and to repair the things that he's done. You know, it's a sad situation now. That's not the state you want to see a college football coach in or a young man in.
I wonder what would have happened had they beaten Ohio State, had they been in the college football playoffs.
I don't want to answer.
I know you don't. All right, guys, welcome to Fully Loaded, episode 78. I am Sean Mike, and obviously this is my man, Chris Carter. How you doing, brother?
I'm slightly under the weather, but I would miss this show.
Yeah, we had to turn the camera on quick. You do not want to miss this one.
Oh man!
So what?
So I apologize beforehand.
But you were playing under the weather, but you were still here. Well, we have to. When we started talking about, we was talking about it last week too. We got to start talking about University of Michigan, Coach Moore, national championship a couple years ago. Everything that's gone on, and you probably know more. You was telling me some stuff, and I was like, I didn't know that. Walk us through what's happened at the University of Michigan right now with their previous coach.
Well, I mean, truly one of the remarkable, very, very sad stories in college football. Yeah. And you're not expecting, you know, if you look at the blue bloods in college football, you're not expecting one of their young head coaches to be involved in the scandal that Sherrone Moore is involved in there in Michigan. And it's pretty clear cut. Mm-hmm. First of all, he's lost his job, but his overall family situation, 3 young kids, and, you know, the situation where he was having a relationship with a subordinate, someone that was his assistant. He had given her an exuberant raise, I think a year and a half before, taking her from like $50,000 to $90,000. Mm-hmm. So those jobs just are so precious.
Yeah.
And I know there's a very similar situation-ish in Arkansas. It happened with Bobby Petrino a number of years ago. Mm-hmm. Bobby Petrino still coaching in college football. Right. So Sherrone Moore, is there a road back for him? I do believe there is a road back. It's going to be very, very difficult. But he's young enough, and if he takes the right steps, like to really look at his life and to repair the things that he's done, there's a way back for him.
Correct.
You know, it's a sad situation now, and even as an Ohio State Buckeye, it's not where you want to see. No, you know, Michigan. No. But you know, I've heard enough of that Michigan man stuff. I heard enough of that little slogan. Yeah. Oh, we're Michigan men. All that. Come on, man, stop. You guys are just your blood is just like
human
mine.
Beings, just like we are.
Yeah,
you fallible. You make mistakes.
Yes,
but I think, and they throw out. It's kind of crazy because like these guys all catch these strays after, like they throw out Freeze and Petrino. All these guys come back in the news. Are like, but this happened. But dude, that thing's a mess. And I'm asking you, like, for his future. Mm-hmm. He breaks into her place, threatens to kill himself, and says he's going to kill himself and make her watch because she ruined his life, even though he's so. Do you think he's going to actually get any jail time based on what happened, or no?
I think when you look at it, it's more of a mental crisis.
Okay.
You know, he hadn't shown that type of behavior in any other instance, so. First-time offender in that type of instance. Yeah. And it really comes down to, I don't really think he threatened her life.
Threatened his own. I'm going to do this in front of you. I'm going to make you watch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's everything I've read, too.
You know, the breaking and entering and everything, was the door locked? Did he kick the door in? Or he went through a door that was unlocked?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been.
Big difference.
Yes.
Yeah, big difference.
But as you can see from the court, you know, when he was arraigned and everything, like him being in protective custody, not being in the courtroom, not being able to, you know, face the judge, like that right there was that was tough to watch.
Yeah.
You know, especially a young man at that stage, distressed, and that's not where that's not the state you want to see a college football coach in or a young man in.
No, and it's and I having just watched football coach. I was listening to a player. I remember his name now. It was on social media. He said, "You got to understand." I want your take on this. He said, "You got to understand. If you all think that players and assistant coaches want to see the head coach fail, you're delusional because we fail together." Like, it's not like the defensive coordinator is like, "Oh, let me get him out of here. I'm going to be the next head coach." Or you're the quarterback or the wide receiver. Like, none of us are. We're all just trying to win. And when we're trying to win, we don't care about a lot of things.
And it's so hard to win.
Correct. It's so hard to win. I've learned that too by watching. Like, it's so hard to win. So we're all pulling for each other because if he wins, we win. If he loses, we lose. And you and I were talking. I was like, damn. I wonder what, and I don't know that it would have. I wonder what would have happened had they beaten Ohio State, had they been in the college football playoffs. You know what I mean?
I don't want to answer.
I know you don't.
I mean, that's at that point, I think he was 2-0 against Ohio State.
Yeah.
And I believe they had this information earlier, but I've also heard a report that there was a group inside of Michigan, boosters, alumni, board of directors, a group of people who didn't like him, didn't think he was special as the coach. I'm not going to say they didn't dislike him, but they didn't think he was special, thought they could do better. Now, Harbaugh rigged the whole deal to make Sherrone Moore. He had it in his contract that Sherrone would be the head coach if he decided to go to pro football. Harbaugh could foresee the police going to be coming. They're going to be knocking on the door. I'm going to go out the back door. Sherrone's going to be sitting here, take the rap. Even with this other stuff going on. Harbaugh's great, though. At his press conference, Sherrone gets arrested. All this stuff. Harbaugh at his press conference. Jim, what do you think? This guy, you were his mentor and everything. Well, I'm still trying to process
all that.
Like, you couldn't offer no words as a leader of an organization. That was your school. That's supposedly why you went back there, because that was your school. You won a national championship, and ever since then, I think 7 of his coaches on his staff have been arrested in the last 5 years.
7?
Yeah.
7 coaches from the former University of Michigan staff when he was there have been arrested.
Yes.
Damn.
Like, my goodness. Like, if we deserve a comment right now,
correct.
Right now, we should be getting one.
100%.
Even if he's never exhibited that type of behavior around me in all the years.
My heart breaks for everybody involved on all sides. Tragedy. Didn't see it. Instead, it's you all over there. I'm over here. Y'all got to handle this shit.
Let me think about it a little bit longer. Yeah. And as long as he's been in sports and in coaching, because he's a former college player at Michigan, former NFL long-term quarterback, been coach for, there is no issue he hadn't seen.
Correct. Yeah.
So it really wasn't a matter of, I'm starting the process. It's just like, no, I'm not going to say anything on the record because the whole University of Michigan is burning down.
Correct. But and it is a hard question. Well, for you, especially because because you've been around, you've seen it. Like, they started the investigation for the Ohio State game. Ohio State beats them. Like, how many things I've watching from the outside in football, especially college football, it's like you got this groundswell of people that always think they can do it better, don't have the right guy, right?
Yes.
Like, and especially being around guys that have donated money, where it's like they somehow think, like, no matter who it is, we got a better solution.
Yes.
And it's like, bro, why don't we just
their money comes with answers.
Exactly. And by the way, in the business world, I get that. Like, you invest in this inventory, this tech, I get all that. It's college football, as you say, with young men.
Yeah, you're invested in the plan, whatever plan that head coach has.
And it's hard.
Because you've never been in a business that functions the way college football does. And I guarantee you your employees are not 17 to 23-year-olds.
And also, you're not facing a formidable opponent every week that's watching game film on your ass. You got to show up every Monday to compete against them. But you see, like, they take these opportunities. Because all those people we talk about, it's funny, they weren't at the top of their game when somebody drove them out. They didn't just win a national championship.
Right.
I mean, you know better than I do, but did they wanted him out, so they come. And again, what he did was, I feel all bad for everybody involved. Shouldn't put anybody through any of that stuff. Who do you think? Switching gears, who do you think is going to be the next head coach there?
All right, guys, quick break.
And this one here is a game changer. If you ever want to look for a healthier way to unwind after game days, or you're tired of boozing so much and how you feel the next day, man, listen up. Do we have an answer for you?
Yeah, man, this one's wild. Today's show is brought to you by Amanita. And if you've never heard of Amanita muscaria, that bright red mushroom you've literally seen your entire life in video games. Christmas art, you see it everywhere. Thing actually delivers some real, unique, and enjoyable effects. It's completely legal. It helps you relax, improves your sleep. Instead of wrecking it like alcohol does, I've been there, and you wake up feeling clean and sharp, no hangover, no fog, none of that next day punishment, just a smooth, warm chill that people are using as a non-addictive alternative to drinking.
And look, we've both been around locker rooms, athletes, friends, and family. Everyone knows someone who struggles with alcohol and anxiety. I've struggled with alcohol myself in the past. Coming off that stuff is no joke. The withdrawals, the stress, the sleepless nights, it's real. Amanita is helping thousands of people find a healthier way to relax without getting hooked on something worse.
Amanita muscaria has been used for thousands of years in traditional cultures for relaxation, focus, and deep sleep. Some historians even think it was the original Christ mushroom. Go look at those ancient paintings. It's wild, man.
It comes in some easy form capsules. Most people start with 2 to 3 capsules, about 1.5 grams. You know, that's about the basic intake for the day. And then it starts with a real smooth, warm relaxation that lasts 6 to 8 hours. No fog, no hangover. Remember when it used to be just a jolly time? That's what this is.
And they're also giving back, which is important to both of us. Amanita donated $20,000 to the Fungi Foundation to protect fungi species like Amanita. And they're funding real scientific research on how it helps with anxiety, which is real and a lot of people deal with, sleep, and alcohol reduction. This isn't some tiny operation either. Amanita has supported over 40 sourcing families around the world for years. They've served over 40,000 customers, and they've moved tens of thousands of kilos of Amanita right here in the U.S. They're the real deal, the biggest and most trusted player in the entire space.
So if you want a legit, healthy alternative for your post-game wind down, or you want to chill without the booze, join me and head to amatera.com/go/fully loaded. That's amatera.com/go/fully loaded. Use code FL22 for 22% off of your first order today.
Again, that's FL22 for 22% off. Try the Amanita capsules. You will 100% thank us later.
Perfect for game day without the hangover.
Switching gears, who do you think is going to be the next head coach there?
I think it's a tough call, especially we have never had the type of changes that we've had in college football all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, who would be best for the job and the timing of it. Like, who's going to leave their spot basically next week? Because if it's like, okay, Kalen DeBoer, if they do go after him at Alabama.
Any chance he coaches there? He leaves Alabama?
I wouldn't.
Correct.
Like, I don't think Michigan is a better job than Alabama.
Right. Do you think there's any chance he leaves?
I think there might be a chance, but because Alabama is a tough job. Mm-hmm. But you also are admitting some type of failure if you leave there, leave the SEC, and go to Michigan, unless it's some lifelong dream or something. Now, I did hear that when he was at Washington, he had conversations that his dream job would be University of Michigan.
Okay.
But at that point, he probably thought, I'm never going to get the Alabama job.
Yeah, correct.
Like,
yeah.
Nick or someone else in the SEC will get that job. So that's a real thing. I think his chief of staff or his general manager is an alumni or played at the University of Michigan. So he does have a guy there that some of these, reason why they draw some of these conclusions. But I think he's going to look at it. I think the Alabama is a tough job. I think the people of Alabama, their expectation is very tough. And if he loses this game to Oklahoma, as Paul Feinbaum said, you know, it's a cold winter in Alabama, you know, with 4 losses.
Correct. And they could lose that game.
Yes.
To Oklahoma.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, so it's on the board. Kalen Board could be the head coach at Michigan next week.
So here's the thing. I want you to respond to each one thing. These are the names my man gave me that were allegedly the next potential coaches. You got DeBoer, Joe Brady, OC for the Bills, Kenny Dillingham, Arizona State, Jesse Minter, Chargers OC, Jed Fisher, head coach at Washington, and Lincoln Riley, head coach at USC.
Well, Lincoln Riley, I think he's having some problems at USC. I don't think he's going to go to Michigan, though. But I do think he is one of the guys that they are going to talk to. I believe he's going to be a part of that. The mentor guy, he's a guy off Harbaugh's staff. He's the defense coordinator. But he got put on probation for cause because he was part of the other investigation.
He's probably not coming back.
Why would you try to go back to that tree? Like all these coaches and everything arrested, Connor Stallion, all these things. The third coach on there was Dillingham, Arizona State. I do believe he's probably the leader for the job.
If you were the University of Michigan AD, who would you hire? If you could hire, if everybody out there you're offering was taken, who would you hire?
If I could hire any coach, I would try to get Indiana's coach.
Really?
Yeah. Because I know Ryan Day's not available.
No.
I know my man Dan Oregon, he's not available because, Michigan's nice, but they don't have Nike money.
It ain't Oregon, yeah.
Man, I'm going to Indiana.
There's any chance that they could pry him out of there?
No.
Yeah.
But
that would be your shot.
My supporters are going to know, no, I'm going after the absolute best.
Got it.
And then I would probably there's a group of coaches that I believe Dillingham, especially a younger coach, offensive-minded, a lot of good energy. I do believe he'd be a good selection, for that job. But, man, I mean, it's Penn State, LSU, Auburn, Arkansas. Man, there's so many jobs have been filled with quality coaching staffs. Florida, Memphis, Tulane, there's so many quality assistant coaches. So I get more worried about the staffing at this point. And the roster that Michigan has is a good roster. It is a top 10 or 15 roster. They got a young quarterback. They're paying $12 million. He was the number one recruit, Underwood, and last year he's taken all of his Michigan recognition off of all of his social media. So my number one thing is secure the talent that I have there. Right. And you can't do that unless you hire a coach. So people are like, oh, they're going to take their time. I wouldn't take my time. I would get to this and hire someone so I can save the roster and be ready in a week and a half when the portal opens January 2nd through the 16th.
Got it. So Indiana, Mendoza won the Heisman.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
He deserved it.
Yeah.
He had a great year. And I think the Big Ten championship, he didn't play great in that game, but his steadiness and those three passes he threw down the field, especially late, third down, where they needed to pick it up, be able to complete those passes, those were next-level throws. Mm-hmm. I think he's probably going to be the highest-ranked quarterback in this year's draft, Mel Kiper and all those guys. And I believe he'll be a top 5 pick, depending on the draft order and who needs a quarterback. But, yes, he deserved the Heisman Trophy. He had the best season in college football.
All right, so I like Theo Vaughn. He makes me laugh. So by default, I pull for the kid from Vandy, Diego. Mm-hmm. I pull for him. But then he's so easy to not fucking like. Did you send me that thing, Drew, where he was flipping everybody off of the Heisman and said fucking fans?
At the after party.
And after party, and they had him on the podcast. He's like, I want to go play with the Raiders, and I want to play with Crosby. But is he going to be a good NFL quarterback? Based on what you've seen in college?
We don't know.
Okay.
I would probably guess on the side of no.
Okay.
He's undersized, and typically people that are undersized like that who are a dual threat, they're not that successful. But being explosive in college as a quarterback, Tim Tebow would tell you this, and being explosive in the NFL are two different things.
Correct.
How I'm going to direct a college team and how I'm going to direct a pro team and all this, I only win no matter what guys I play with. No, at the NFL, it makes a big, big difference. So I do like his competitive spirit. I don't think he has the talent to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Hope he proves me wrong.
If you worked with him, let's say you worked at Vanderbilt, and you saw the shit he's saying and doing, what would your advice be to him as he's trying to prepare himself for the next level and the elitist of the elite in football.
What I would do is I would take a video roll of the last 10 to 12 months of Shedeur Sanders, and I would show it to him.
Okay.
I would show him Shedeur finishing up last year for the Heisman. Didn't win it, but was in the race. Travis won it. I would show the interviews. I would show everything he did in the offseason. I would show the combine.
Mm-hmm.
I would show what people start saying. I would show him dropping in the draft from a top 10 pick to a 5th rounder. I said, this can happen to you because you are not as talented as he was as a prospect.
Correct.
And you're not ranked as high as he, Mel Kiper and all these other. You're not ranked as high. So be careful. Right? This is pro football. You don't understand that. Now, everything that you say, you won't be, he's just a kid. No, it's a professional now, and they will hold it against you. It will affect your draft status. And you don't want to close one door. Like, you don't know you can get drafted by the Raiders.
Correct.
Like, Tom Brady might be saying you look like dog doo-doo.
And
Like,
and Tom Brady, he probably got all the guys he gets to pick from.
Right.
You're not the
prototype.
he's taking.
No,
Correct.
absolutely not. And the whole deal with you and your brothers and all that stuff, and you guys trying to act like tough guys. Stop, man. Like, stop.
Bro, my man wore a turtleneck to that thing. Like,
oh, they had the turtleneck with the couple gold chains on. Like, I think they had gone down to Canal Street.
oh, bro.
You know, you got a little bit of money, but you can't teach class.
No.
And you can tell. And you can tell.
That is a fact.
I know. I've been through some money, and my first piece of money was my first piece of money.
Yeah.
So I know.
But to your point, man, if it did what it did to Shedeur, you ain't him. And Shedeur was not telling everybody to fuck off.
No.
He was not doing any of the other shit.
No.
He just was rubbing people the wrong way with the way he was presenting himself and seemed flippant.
And we didn't know that until draft day.
Correct. This guy's out there.
They sat on it. They sat on Shedeur's case. Even Mel Kiper, when they were calling around, teams were not telling them.
Mel didn't even know.
No.
Damn.
Mel said, I've never seen anything like this in all my years of
Mel
covering.
knows everything.
Everything. And I guarantee you this would be some of the same advice Mel Kiper's going to give him.
Will he take it?
He's going to have to. Because it's going to affect him. It will affect his draft status.
No, it will be interesting. All right, so college football playoffs are upon us. I want to go over each game real quick. We got James Madison in Oregon. Is that going to be any kind of game?
Bloodbath. We don't deserve this as college football fans.
So what I agree with you.
Because we're going over college football. And mention that game again.
James Madison, Oregon.
Football. You need dudes, and you need a lot of them.
What do we do to fix in college football so we don't have this?
Well, someone of the group of five should have been in, but they shouldn't have had two teams in.
Correct.
Like, there's no way that you can water down the field because Duke won the ACC. Like, this occurred because what happened on the field.
Correct.
Because Miami, because of Notre Dame, because they didn't show the committee that earlier in the season, those losses, Notre Dame, 2 of them, Miami, the 2 losses they had to unranked teams, they jumbled up the field, which in turn, Texas didn't get in. Notre Dame didn't get in.
How do you feel about Notre Dame not getting in?
I'm okay with the way they went about it because it's obvious on the field Miami beat them. Miami's a better team than them. They finished with the same record.
And they beat
head to head. Like that's simple there. But how Notre Dame has gone about getting the double-digit wins with playing, abbreviated ACC schedule, playing a bunch of patsies and everything, like that's got to change too.
Right.
Because if not, then they got a guaranteed automatic bid into the playoffs every single year.
How do you feel about them deciding not to play their bowl game?
I don't care. I wouldn't want to watch them anyway.
But do you think it was the right move for them? You ain't going to watch them, I get it, but...
Well, this is the thing. Sometimes you think you're bigger than what you are.
Mm-hmm.
And they think their brand is bigger than what it is. And if they don't want to play quality teams, then they're going to suffer from it. Mm-hmm. Last year, they were very fortunate with the matchups to be able to get to the college football playoff. And there was very little chance they were going to win that game against Ohio State. They played well enough to keep the game close enough that they didn't get the doors blown off of them. But Notre Dame's got to make some real decisions as far as what they're going to do in the past. And if that decision is based on the way they've previously made those decisions, they're going to stay independent. They're going to keep taking their money, and they're going to have an easy schedule. That's what Notre Dame's going to do.
But if they keep taking their money and they keep taking easy schedule and they don't make the college football playoffs, eventually the money won't be as big as it is now.
Well, if they're not ranked in the top 12, because now they have a deal with the college football playoff.
So like if
you're not in the top 10, 12, you shouldn't be in anyway.
Correct.
You don't have a campaign.
So we got Oregon's going to bloodbath.
Yes. I don't even know what the number is on that game, but you can't make it high enough.
Oregon given?
Like you can't make it.
So we should take Oregon.
Oxen Stadium? James Madison?
Yeah. What is it, Drew? What are they giving? All right. How about Alabama, Oklahoma? Who wins that?
Great matchup.
Who wins that game?
I'm going with Oklahoma.
You are?
Yeah. Alabama's got some guys banged up. Offensive line, their top 2 running backs were banged up. SEC championship. Yeah. I mean, after that drubbing Georgia gave them.
Yeah.
I mean, that right there was that was not a good look for Alabama. I like Oklahoma. I like the way they match up with them. I think if Georgia wins, if Oklahoma wins this game, they would have beaten Alabama 3 straight times.
Yeah. If Michigan wants DeBoer, and that's like their top guy, and he gets beat by Oklahoma, there's a good chance he takes that Michigan job or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even come back on the team plane. I'll head right to Ann Arbor.
Fly right to Ann Arbor.
Yeah, because when you land in Tuscaloosa, they got something. They got something for you, and it's not a welcome mat.
Speaking of something for you, Tulane, Ole Miss.
I'm pretty certain Ole Miss beat them by 35 earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Now Tulane's a good outfit. They play in the same conference we play in the Florida Atlantic, but you're not ready for that game. Ole Miss, Lane's left. They maintained a lot of the staff. Charlie Weiss Jr. is calling the plays offensively before he goes to LSU. Yeah, this will be a statement game. Yeah. Ole Miss is a problem. Like, even without Lane.
Legit problem in the college football playoffs.
Yes, because they don't have no pressure on them.
Yeah.
They're getting the bye week playing against Tulane.
Mm-hmm. True.
Like, be careful. You get that momentum. Just like Ohio State and other teams did last year, that momentum, you come into that bye week, that team's been sitting for 3 weeks. That's the
thing that sucks for these guys. You get an Alabama against Oklahoma. You get a Miami against A&M.
Yes.
Then Ole Miss gets Tulane and Oregon against James Madison. They have a bye.
Yes.
Without having a bye.
Scrimmage. Spring game.
Scrimmage. Hey, what's Oregon giving, dude?
Minus 21.5.
21.5. And that still cover it.
Man, if I have some money, I'll lay it down right now on the line.
I'm going to lay it down for you on the line.
James Madison.
All right, so you got we got Miami.
James Madison might have to stop their plane and regas. They might not even have the right type of aircraft to be able to get all the way to Oregon, bro. They'd be the first college football team to stop for gas, like they was on the bus.
They ain't got the big enough jet to make it there. One-way trip, or nonstop trip, I should say. All right, Miami and A&M.
Wow. I'm going to go with A&M.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with the atmosphere in College Station for a college football playoff is going to be second to none.
Okay.
And I believe this game will be a lot like the Ohio State game last year against Tennessee in the first round. Mm-hmm. With Tennessee, they were always bragging, the players were like, there's no concern going to play in the cold, and there's no concern playing before their crowds. We play in front of 100,000 all the time. That just lit Ohio State. So they were crazy that game. It was a cold night. I mean, they bombed them.
Yeah.
But I think that A&M is a very, very unique atmosphere to go into.
I would agree. It's a great place to watch a game if you pulling for A&M.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then we'll get Texas Tech, which you believe and everybody in the world believes it'll be Oregon. How do you think that game pans out?
I like Texas Tech. Okay. Now, I do believe that the most underrated player in the college football playoff is the quarterback Moore of Oregon.
Okay.
And I do believe he's the kind of guy that can get on a run and just all of a sudden outperform or perform to the same level as the elite quarterbacks that we do have. I think Oregon. And I worry about the inconsistent play of Texas Tech's quarterback.
Okay.
Because when you said Texas Tech, it made me think about. I'm worried about their quarterback. Defense outstanding, front seven outstanding. Like they got some. The guys they spent money on, they're dudes. They make a difference. They make a difference. They got a really good football team, and their middle linebacker is definitely one of the best in college football the last several years. So their ability to turn people over, hold you down, you're not going to score a lot of points. Now, I got to tell you, beating BYU twice is no accomplishment. This time of the year is full of moments where confidence and connection matter, and most men don't want to leave that to chance. The holidays brings big moments, shifting schedules, and having support that fits easily into a real life makes everything feel more grounded.
The season moves fast, and routines rarely stay in place. This is when discreet, reliable support matters most. It helps to know there's an easy and private way to explore ED. Treatment at home without adding appointments to an already full calendar. Many men want something straightforward, discreet, and dependable. That is where Rex MD has become a trusted source for men. Rex MD provides real clinical support in a way that fits naturally into daily routines, especially during the holidays and when time is limited and privacy matters.
Start with a short, confidential quiz about your medical history. Then a U.S. licensed provider reviews the information and recommends different treatment options if appropriate. Options like Viagra and Cialis are genetics shipped discreetly with free 2-day delivery. That's options like Viagra and Cialis are generics shipped discreetly with free 2-day delivery. Ongoing care is available through simple messaging wherever support is needed.
The entire experience is online with no waiting rooms and fast, discreet delivery. Trusted by more than 475,000 men. Visit rexmd.com/loaded to get started today. That's rexmd.com/loaded. And you'll receive up to 95% off this holiday season. See full details and usage at rexmd.com. Prescription required. Results may vary. Full safety information is available at rexmd.com.
Beating BYU twice is no accomplishment.
Correct.
To me.
Correct.
In the who's who in college football. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those kind of things that when the competition steps up, how many levels can A&M go up? Mm-hmm. Because I know Indiana can go up. I know Ohio State can go up. Can Texas Tech, can they continue to elevate once they get into the playoff? That's going to be question. I do believe they are a quality team, though.
So who wins the game?
Tech.
Tech does?
Yeah.
Close game?
Close, very close game.
Got it. Okay. All right.
But let's watch those quarterbacks, though. Because I do believe they will be the difference makers. And Oregon's quarterback, I believe he could be a sleeping giant in this whole playoff.
Indiana would get Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins that game?
Indiana's going to beat them.
Okay.
At a neutral site. Now, the one thing to watch for is Indiana star defensive end, 2-time All-American. He shattered his knee in the celebration after the Ohio State game.
Celebration?
In the celebration.
Damn. Like out for the rest of the season?
Yes.
Jumping up and down, celebrating?
Yes. Out.
Great.
Now, Indiana, as they showed last year once they got into the playoffs, I think they played Notre Dame, the depth became a huge part. They lost their star receiver in the slot. Other guys stepped up for them. But Indiana is a quality football team. Their defense is really, really underrated. So I expect Indiana to be able to win that, but just some things to watch as you go through the game. Also, Mendoza going through all these celebrations, like the Davey O'Brien Award, the Heisman Trophy. You're going from place to place to place, man. You're eating a lot of food. Now, he's humble. Mm-hmm. He's got his mindset right. He's saying all the right stuff and everything. Mm-hmm. But it is a different life preparing for the college football playoff the 2 weeks leading up to it. It's kind of euphoric. How does he get his feet back on the ground? If you look at his story with his family, his mom, and her story and what you think that he can do it, but it's just something that you have to calculate. It's their first time doing this. It's Indiana's first time doing this.
Right.
How will it affect them when last year all 4 teams that had to bye in the college football playoff, all 4 of them lost?
Yeah.
So
crazy.
Yes. So that is the litmus test that happened just a year ago.
But it's funny, ever since you said a couple weeks ago on the pod that Saquon Barkley was doing, I can't unsee him on a commercial, no matter when I turn it on. I was like, you trying to do your thing, and then you're trying to do your thing, and it looks like it's pretty hard. So now Georgia would get Ole Miss.
Georgia's not to be fooled with. Right now, the way their defense is playing.
Okay.
Now, this is not the Georgia team we saw 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And I do believe that the Alabama offense they faced was a little handicapped in the SEC, but Kirby has them playing the right way at the right time. They are a dangerous football team because of collective, how Kirby teaches and how they play. You know, they are the SEC champ, and to me, they would be the second favorite behind Indiana.
Okay. All right. Then you get your Buckeyes would get A&M.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that game?
Buckeyes.
Yes. Okay. Then we'd have Tech, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins that?
Indiana wins that game.
Indiana does. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'd have Georgia, Buckeyes. You got your Buckeyes.
Yep.
Then we'd have Ohio State against Indiana.
Yep.
What do you think? It's one hell of a game last time. From a competitive standpoint.
Very evenly matched teams.
Yeah.
I don't believe Indiana will be able to stop Ohio State's offense and keep them at 10 points.
Again.
Yes.
Okay.
And I do believe Ohio State's defense can keep anyone under 21. Anybody in college football.
That's a bold statement. With the way people
Indiana scored 13 points
That's
indoors.
what I'm saying. Correct, yeah.
Like, they have that type of defense. They have the best unit.
Why did Indiana hold Ohio State to 10?
Because we hadn't watched their defense. And up front, their front seven, Ohio State's front seven took a week off after the Michigan game. They did not play with the same type of energy they played in the Michigan game.
So
where they ran the ball, we had a hard time running the ball early.
Yeah.
And, no, Indiana's got a really good defense. They got a really, really good defense, and they won the battle of the line of scrimmage. That's why they were able to hold Ohio State to 10 points. No points in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Do you think I want to say like it's a good thing, but being with the way college football playoffs are, it didn't change nothing anyway for them because they had whoever they're going to play. But Ohio State at least getting beat by somebody, at least getting knocked. Now, their team's humble anyway.
Well, this is the thing. We always like to stay undefeated. No one likes to lose.
100%.
But if you've seen in college football, the best teams in college football, most of them lost a game.
Correct.
If you look at Nick Saban, most of the time he won a national championship, they lost a game. Kirby Smart, they lost a game. So Ohio State lost 2 games last year. So I do believe that that's the game you want to lose if you have to lose it, and especially because you don't have to play an extra game. That loss didn't move them out of the top 4 spots.
Correct.
Now, what it did affect is the second round or the semifinals are going to play Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
That was the biggest effect on it.
Okay.
And them being the number 2 seed.
Yeah. Got it.
But I'll take that.
It'll be one hell of a college football playoff.
Oh, absolutely.
Minus the 2 bloodbath games that you just got to sift through and take the favorite and the over maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Or tease the number down, and then take the favorite, just in case. Tease them down, both of them,
there you go.
Because they're gonna belt to booty. That's what's getting ready to happen, bro. Okay.
So from we're always going to have one of those 4. Like, they're not going to change the system. We're always going to get a team that, as to your words, going to get a belt to boot. I mean, like, we're going to have that unless they change it.
Even when they change it, it's going to happen.
But if you had Notre Dame in, or whoever, who would be next in? If Tulane and James Madison weren't in, who would it be? Notre Dame. And who else? Who would be the
Texas?
Okay. Would those be better games if Notre Dame and Texas were in?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's a real chance they could lose. There's no chance these teams can lose.
So why can't we just take the top? What Texas finish the season at? They didn't finish top 12 neither Notre Dame?
No, but they had one of the best wins. They beat A&M. A&M was undefeated last week of the season. So the problem is, this is the problem. It's a legal issue. So when they came up with the college football playoff, the group of 5 said, oh, man, this is really just about the Big Ten, the SEC, and the ACC. And they were like, yeah.
Correct. As it should be.
So we're going to create these rules. If you guys want to participate at the back end, we'll do that. And they're like, yeah, we'll do that because if not, we're going to go to court. So it's about a lawsuit, man.
They're going to sue them based on what?
Man, there's some type of rule and everything. I don't look it up.
Okay, got it.
7A rule.
I'm sorry, the group of five is who?
It's the non-power four.
Okay.
Anyone outside the ACC, Big Ten, SEC, and the Big 12.
Everybody else.
They're an afterthought.
I know.
Yes, they're an afterthought.
So we couldn't just have the 12 best teams per some objective.
And you have to realize, no, you're not going to have that because of the lawsuit. Eventually, we need to have that when we go to 16 or whatever. But people have to stop looking at football like it's basketball. This is not the NCAA tournament. They're like, oh, man, we got 64 teams. Yeah.
I like the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, because guys really, if I got 3 players, I don't care if you're North Carolina. I can shoot enough threes.
No, agreed. To beat you.
I can beat you.
On any given day.
Yes, it's
a
basketball.
Thing. Yes.
Also, because I'm playing both sides of the court. I don't need as many good players.
Correct.
And those upsets happen every year. Man, you talking about group of 5 versus power 4? Oh, man, come on, man. It's like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to see any of those teams.
We're eating Cheerios every morning. They're eating steak and eggs every morning. Like, eventually, man, the steak and eggs is going to win.
But that's my point. Why do we have to see these games? Nobody wants to see them.
Because we haven't worked that part out. What we did was we worked out the top end.
Yeah.
We got the playoff the way we want it. Now, we don't know what to do with the bowl games, but we want them to still be significant. And we still want to keep the conference championship. So we can't demolish everything, bro. You got to keep something, and that's where we are right now.
And also on top of it, it ain't fair because Oregon draws James Madison. You know what I mean? And didn't FAU, what was FAU score against Tulane?
We were in it until the third quarter.
Okay. A school that FAU was in it with is playing in the college football playoffs.
Yes.
They're going to get murdered. I don't know, man. What is going to happen the rest of these bowl games? I saw a clip from the LA Bowl, the LA Gronk, hosted by Gronk. They said nobody there.
Right. No, absolutely.
We're just going to see these.
Why would you go?
I wouldn't. I used to like to go to bowl games.
Unless you had a sibling or someone significant, that's playing in the game or something, or, you work for an institution that's in the game and they're making you go. Yeah. Why wouldn't you sit during the holidays home and watch all this? And they don't mean nothing.
Mm-mm.
Based on the opt-in, opt-out, coaches moving. Yeah. And then the coach at North Texas, is he in the bowl game? Or is he coaching at his other school? And the coach at Tulane, oh, no, he's over at what's your name now? Oh, he's going to Florida, but he's still going to coach in the game and everything. Like, no.
So last one real quick before we get to the NFL. Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss, goes to LSU. Is it abnormal for the coaches to stay and coach the playoff game that are going with him or no? Weiss and
given the unusual run that they're on, first time ever being at that level, you have to try to make some type of compromise. Lane Kiffin, if it was done by the book, he would take as many of the staffers as possible. But the Ole Miss faithful and athletic department and the defense coordinator is the new head coach. So he's got relationships that he's trying to keep guys there and not leave with Lane forever. So there's a push-pull thing going there. And then Lane Kiffin talking about, the kids wanted me to come. No, they didn't.
I know, I saw
that.
No,
they didn't, Lane. Stop.
Dude, why would he say that? You think that they're all in the same room?
Like, he's so stupid. Just like, stop. Like, you've already decided to leave. The kids are like, man, go.
You're gone. Yeah.
Like, you need to go. Because the kids are like, if that was me, I would be gone. I wouldn't be playing in the game.
Correct.
And so it's that situation. Ole Miss is going to have a hard time. Thank God they have the matchup they do in the first round. And they have plenty of information, teams in close proximity. We played them earlier in the year. Yeah. It's a tough situation. Lane can't take all the coaches he wanted, but he had to leave a few. And especially, they made an agreement, especially on the offensive side, because that's where they were more depleted. Because Lane, that's his specialty. And Charlie Rice Jr. has already agreed to a 3-year deal with LSU.
So he's in.
He's in, but he's back coaching the game. Yes. So he's in, but he's out.
And Ole Miss ain't worried about him being back coaching with what that might do to the kids that are still there as far as transfer? They're just like, dude, this is our run, man.
I think that this is what Nick Saban said, and I think Nick Saban can only say this. Right now, you're just relying on professional integrity. You're relying on this coach has the integrity. He's going to teach these kids, and he's going to do right by these kids because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them.
Correct.
So it's about integrity. It's about approaching my job the right way because it's really about these other people and be able to serve them and get them in a position that they're going to have lasting memories for the rest of their life.
And it's the trust. You got to trust.
Yes.
Okay.
That I'm going to do a great job.
Okay. All right. Switching gears, the NFL. Did I watch Phillip Rivers come back and play? How old is he? 44, 45?
Yes.
To me, that's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
To do to walk on a National Football League field. I know he's at quarterback. He's not at wide receiver or middle linebacker. I get it, but throw a touchdown pass. Like, do we just have nobody else left where we got to call?
No.
We just on the quarterback position. We're like thinking, who else been gone for 3-4 years?
Cam Newton sitting on a podcast wondering, damn, what happened to me?
Exactly.
You know what? But it goes to show a few things. That when you're in these locker rooms and what you know about football and the impact you have on other people, it has a ripple effect. That the people that encountered Phillip Rivers at the end of his career, there were still some people in Indianapolis. And when they ran out of all options, the impact that he had on them, it came into play. And you could see that. That's why they were in this game. Like, they believe that he had the right type of stuff that they could win this game. That's why it came down to it.
The Seahawks are no joke. Like, they were in the game.
Absolutely. But that's brains. He's playing the game with all brains. Tom Brady on the pre-telecast was talking about, I was throwing the ball when I was 45. Now, but he was also throwing it when he was 41, 42,
correct,
43.
Yeah,
the
and that's what's amazing.
Like his body didn't go away from him, a retirement body, a grandpa body. But I believe this is really about Phillip Rivers' wife. Phillip Rivers' wife, she didn't gave that man 10 kids. They got 10 kids. Now, you might not know this, but the NFL insurance, after you are a vested player, it runs out after 5 years. Phillip Rivers' wife was like, listen, bro, the insurance NFL's run out. That's good fucking insurance. That's great insurance.
And we got 10 kids to insure.
Listen, this is what I need you to do. Danny Dimes going to get hurt. Yeah. I need you to go back out there, bro. I need you to play these last 4 games because that's going to give us another 5 years. I might even give you another baby. He's a grandfather, too.
But he can make some babies.
My goodness.
Yo.
High school coach. So to me, I believe it's some type of insurance scam.
Scam. Here we go. Here we go. He knows bad when he catches himself. When you laugh at your own shit, that's when you know it's bad.
But I'm going to tell you, man, I retired from the Dolphins for 6 months. I mean, from the Vikings for like 6 months. The season had started. I'm broadcast. I'm on HBO. The Dolphins get several injuries, week number 7. The general manager, Rick Spielman, he calls me. I'm like, okay, now I'm still working out a little bit. I'm playing basketball. I'm still at fight weight.
But you're still not doing.
Man, those first couple practices, man, my legs were like spaghetti. It was like, so we had a bye week. So the second week, I looked so much better.
Yeah.
Coach Wanstead comes to me and said, I thought we were going to use you for third down and red zone, but you're moving around really good. We're going to start you in the Green Bay game. I looked so bad in that game. I looked awful. So, Phillip Rivers, I feel for you. And I was only 6 months out of the game.
Correct.
It's really hard to impossible to do. Now, he did have an episode in quarter number 2 where he was in the pocket and he just fell down.
Yeah.
I mean, he just fell. He was like, it's like Grandpa was down.
Sniper got him.
Grandpa was down. And then wasn't nobody around him. He had to get up. That was the worst thing. He had to get up. So besides that, I got to tell you, man, that was a gutsy performance because I see young players in the pocket every week with trepidation. And here we are. We got an old, I mean, really, literally an old man sitting there trying to lead his team. You know, to me, that's about leadership and sports character and he took the chance to look awful.
100%. In front of the world.
I respect that.
That's what he was saying after the game. I respected that. He was talking about wanting, he got emotional about the kids, the dudes, the people he's coached,
Yes.
his own kids, like understanding that there's times
Yes.
in life
Yes.
you're just going to decide to go give it a shot.
Yes.
And the outcome might be terrible.
Absolutely.
And the world's watching,
Yes.
but it is what it is. Like, you got to live with no fear. So, yeah, it was impressive to watch. So, and I always like watching him because he talked a lot of shit. And I like quarterbacks to talk shit.
All
I like
shucks.
quarterbacks to talk a lot of shit. So I'm all about that. All right. So here are our seeds right now for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
In the AFC, we got the Broncos as your number 1 seed, 12-2. Pulled it off again, and New England dropped a game. New England is your 2nd seed. Jacksonville 3rd. Steelers 4th. Los Angeles 5th. Buffalo 6th. Houston 7th. Is Houston still as dangerous as you said they were?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. You still believe the Pats come out of this if the Broncos on that number 1 seed and host everything up to the Super Bowl? Or can the Broncos pull this thing off with home field advantage?
I'm going to tell you, man, New England is going to regret that second half.
Yeah.
Like, they are going to regret that. And what that comes from is being a young football team.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't had a lot of success together. Now, Buffalo was totally backed against the wall, and they were going against Superman Josh, but in that instance, even a first down, 3 points would have just turned the momentum. They couldn't. A lot of young players who haven't won those type of games together. I was listening to Gronk before the game talking about New England fans, man, they thrive in this type of it. They're not playing.
No.
They couldn't tackle nobody. They couldn't play coverage.
Correct.
They couldn't run the ball. So, I do believe that New England, as an overall team, I like them a little better than Denver. But I don't like New England to go to Denver and beat them.
Correct.
Like, I'm talking about the neutral site. I think New England's a better team. I like New England's offense a little better than I like the Broncos' offense. So, no. Like, that was a huge loss. That comeback, Buffalo, that was a huge one. And as you can see, man, you got to play that wild card weekend compared to sitting back, relaxing, chilling, getting your guys healthy. Correct. No, that's a big difference.
So you still think the team with the best shot to go on a road and win some of these games and get themselves a championship, AFC championship, is Houston because of their defense?
Their defense is frightening. Like, their defense, no matter what the weather, defense always shows up indoors, outdoors. Like, they have the most frightening defense, yes.
Okay.
And C.J. Stroud is doing just enough with that offense. And, they're not great running the football, but the way that defense plays and sets them up, yeah, they're a dangerous matchup. I wouldn't want to play them.
Okay. NFC, we got L.A. as the number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Bears, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles, 3. Tampa Bay, 4. Seattle, 5. San Fran, 6. And Green Bay is the 7th seed. What do you think about that division?
Well, Green Bay is going to be a different team without Michael Parsons.
Okay.
So I do believe that he damaged his knee, tore his ACL, and he's going to be out for a significant amount of time. His season's over with. So that changes that team defensively, what they can do, and how they can take over any game. The Rams, to me, are the best team. Now, Devontae Adams, a hamstring injury, especially at his age, I'm concerned because that will linger. 3 weeks in a potential bye. Can they get through Seattle to get home field advantage? And, I'm not one of those Sam Darnold, hey, every time Sam Darnold gets pressure, guess what? Every quarterback in the league, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, guess what they do under pressure? They play less than what they normally are. Mm-hmm. So Seattle's defense is for real. Their offense sputters as they did yesterday, but that's going to be a matchup that's going to come down to week number 18. Seattle and the Rams. The Rams, if they can get Devontae Adams healthy, the way they attack you, the way they run the football, even the way they played in the playoffs last year, the Rams are the most dangerous team to me in the NFC.
Okay. All right. So, few games. So, the Eagles, 9-5, beat the Raiders are 2-12, and they got beat 31-0.
Yeah, in the snow. Like, you didn't see on the TV yesterday when the team bus for the Raiders, they pulled up, and dropped off the team. Supposedly the players got off, ducked the bag, said, no, man, we'll get right back on. Went right back to the airport. Let's get on out of here, man. We're going back to Vegas, man. Dealing with this snow and everything.
They didn't deal with it very well.
No, they weren't going to play any football. No.
They did not either. They had Barkley had 78 yards and a touchdown. Jalen was 12 of 15 for 100.
A.J. Brown drove his Honda Accord to the game. I think that 85 Accord or whatever he got. He was like, I ain't even going to break out a good outfit. Man, I'm not even going to break out my game day car for them.
He didn't, dude. He had a touchdown, 41 yards. He was good. A couple receptions. He was all set. Eagles had 4 sacks. Pickett was no touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah. So, Falcons and the Bucs. Atlanta beat the Buccaneers by 1. Are the Bucs just going to tumble out of the playoffs?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That Todd Bowles, what he said after the game, saying the players have to be responsible, that's not typically a Todd Bowles thing. Mm-hmm. People are like, wow, he's blaming the players. He's having a meltdown. No, he's not. It was their damn fault.
It was their fault. Correct.
Yeah. A lot of coaches every once in a while should do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And say, man, I'm not trying to embarrass you, but this is what you did.
Correct.
This is what it is. You're a pro. You're not. This is not amateur. You're not in college anymore.
Right.
I'm not going to babysit you guys. I can protect you a little bit, but every once in a while, I need to let people what's really going on. All right? We got a bunch of guys who didn't have the personal pride. We should have easily won that game, but we didn't. Losing at home. I mean, that right there.
The Falcons.
They're not that good. And they started off so hot, Tampa Bay, but they shouldn't lose to the Falcons week number 14.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Bears kill the Browns 31-3. Now, you've seen a few games now with Shedeur, right? A game with 3 or 4 touchdowns, big game, 300-plus yards, ran for 1. Yesterday was not that at all, obviously. What do you think about Shedeur as you've seen? I mean, 3 interceptions yesterday, 18 of 35 for 177 yards. Based on what you've seen out of Shedeur Sanders, what do you think?
I think that Cleveland, when you look at their whole draft of the 2025 class, it was a great class. They got a number of starting players. Now, they didn't solve their quarterback problem, but what they were able to do is move the problem along into the future. They didn't invest any more money at the quarterback position because also they're paying Deshaun Watson, and they owe him for next year.
Yeah.
So what I do believe Shedeur has done is he has ensured himself a chance to be the starter next year.
Okay.
I don't believe Cleveland's going to draft a quarterback. I do believe they're going to go in with 3 quarterbacks next year.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever wins the job wins the job. I believe Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback in Cleveland.
You do?
Next year.
Okay.
Because they're already paying him.
Yeah, correct.
And based on what I've seen from Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel, I think he's better than both of those.
Correct.
That's the reason why I think he'll be the starting quarterback.
All right. Bears got a tough schedule remaining. They got the Packers, Niners, then they have the Lions. So it's going to be a tough run for them as far as what seed they're trying to get. Texans beat the Cardinals. Cardinals terrible 40-20. 6th straight win for Texans and still one back of the Jaguars. So we talked about that earlier. Are the Cardinals going to be relevant again in the near future?
Who owns the Cardinals?
I don't know. Who owns the Cardinals, Andrew?
The Bidwell family.
I don't know what it's a bit. Okay, so what? Okay.
They've owned them for like 4 or 5 decades.
Okay.
Nope.
Nobody cares.
I just care. They made my friend Larry Fitzgerald rich. That's the only thing I care about. They made him uber rich. Besides that, they have not been relevant in pro football for 50 years. Larry Fitzgerald, Kurt Warner. Besides that,
Correct. Nothing.
Aeneas Swim. No, they're
So they will not be.
no.
3-11 got beat 40-20.
Yes.
It's a great city. It's a great area. A great place you think you want to live.
It's a great place to
play.
ruin your career.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a great place. Yes.
So if you want to ruin your career, go to the Cardinals.
Let the Cardinals draft.
They draft you. They'll screw you up.
Yes.
All right. Jaguars 10-4 killed the Jets 48-20. Trevor Lawrence had 6 touchdowns. You had said earlier in the season when I was like, dude, I don't know if he can.
Yep.
You said, watch out for Trevor Lawrence. Don't get it wrong.
And Jacksonville.
Yeah, you did. You said, well, the guys that got around him, rejuvenating his career. He's having one hell of a season.
Yes.
Are the Jags for real as far as the playoff run goes?
They really are.
Okay.
Like they've done a good job as far as selecting a coach who's brought a different type of energy, Liam Cohen there, and then they've drafted well. They kept the right players in the locker room, and they've supported their quarterback. We're not going to give up on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, he is a big-time talent. He's been inconsistent. How can we bring out that consistency in him? Yes, Jacksonville can be an issue for people. People don't even look at Jacksonville. They got 10 wins.
Yeah, they sure do.
Before the season, you could see it. Now, I did think that, the Travis Hunter pick was going to play even more of a role in that. But they're doing that with even out him.
He's out, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so they've done a good job this season, and definitely one of the surprise stories in the NFL this year.
Okay. We already talked a little bit about the Bills. 10-4 beat the Pats 11-3 by a score of 35-31. So that was, as you talked about, that will be a loss even to come back and bite the Patriots. Drake May, 14-23, 355 yards, no touchdowns, and interception. He did have 43 yards rushing, a couple rushing touchdowns. What do you think about Drake May just continuing?
Really good football player. Now, they couldn't, especially in the second half of the game, they couldn't generate pass offense against Buffalo. But you got to be pleased if you're in New England as far as your future, how he plays, how he attacks the game, the type of athlete that he is. They did a quarterback keep yesterday, and I'm like, oh, man, that linebacker or defensive back is getting ready to, he's not even going to touch you. I was like, okay. Because this is the thing about cold weather or bad weather. Sometimes you can't tell how fast people are moving.
Okay.
But you could see where he kept the ball at the goal line. I was like, whoa, what an athlete. And then my man Henderson, the running back from Ohio State, the rookie's having a sensational year. He reverses field, and Drake May is leading him down the field, stride for stride. Now, I know this kid runs 20 miles an hour. He was the fastest guy on Ohio State's team. He's the fastest guy on New England's team. And Drake May was, so to me, their future, even though this is just about maturity,
correct.
Like they have this going in the right direction.
Okay.
They can still represent the AFC in the Super Bowl in San Francisco. They have that type of team, just a bad half after a great first half.
Got it. All right. Chargers beat the Chiefs 16-13. Chiefs now 6-8. Mahomes looks like he tore his ACL. Obviously a tough season for the Chiefs. What do you think going into next year? I mean, it's been one hell of a run, the dynasty and the deal. But what do you think about the future? I know they still got the same coach.
Yep. I would call up Tom Brady because it's amazing how history is. In year number 9, Tom Brady injured his knee. Okay. Now, he injured it at the beginning of the season compared to at the end of the season, but he injured his knee. And it was his front throwing leg. Patrick Mahomes blows out his front throwing leg, running, maneuvering his left leg. Year number 9. He's won 3 Super Bowls. Tom Brady had won 3 Super Bowls.
Crazy.
I got to call him up. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
What was you thinking about?
Yeah.
Now, Tom Brady went through some other things where Jimmy Garoppolo, is he going to be the starter? So there were some other things that helped ignite that fire.
Yeah, Patrick doesn't have that.
Not yet.
Okay.
It's what's the adverse? Travis Kelce's going to be gone. How are they going to refit this team? Like, who's going to be my new teammates going forward? Like, all those things Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are going to have to figure out, and I do believe that they will, but that's where he is right now. So I do believe he's in a great situation. They're not going to be in the playoffs this year. He's going to recalibrate, and I think he sent out a tweet last night that I'll be back even better. That's the beginning. That attitude is the beginning of we're going to, in our lifetime, in our era, besides Tom Brady, the second best quarterback that we've seen. You'll see him retool, and they'll be back in the mix.
Okay. Ravens 7-7 shut out the Bengals 24-0. Henry had 100 yards, rushing only 11 carries. Jackson had 1,250 passing yards, touchdowns, through an interception. Jamar Chase had 10 catches, 132 yards. Joe Burrow's 25 of 39, 225 and 2 picks, and was shut out for the first time in his 6-year career. He talked about wanting to have fun, and is he just upset about the season, or is he going to not be with the Bengals in the future?
We don't know if he's going to be with the Bengals in the future. He holds all those cards, but he's starting to figure out that a lot of us figured out that we didn't know. Because when you come to the NFL, man, you're going to lose more games you ever lost. Like when I was in college, I only lost 9 games. Like,
In how many seasons?
in 3 seasons.
3 full seasons.
Yeah.
Correct.
Man, you might lose that in your rookie year.
Correct.
You might eat them. You might, damn.
You go to Arizona, you could lose that. Yeah, before you.
Now, the problem is, I got a pocket full of money. So it's hard not to be happy with a pocket full of money, but I'm getting humiliated getting a pocket full of money. So what we call is, what Joe is going through now is called professional pride. And in the NFL, you get that bashed in on a regular basis. That regardless of what your contract is, regardless, we're all going to get paid on Monday, but you getting ready to take this L with you, and you're getting ready to take a lot of them.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to learn how to deal with it because you've never been in a situation like this before. And that's what a lot of professional athletes have to deal with off the field, is the aftermath of losing. And even though my bank account says I'm successful, man, I hate losing. I'm not used to losing.
Right.
I was at a Hilton event at the Big Ten Championship, and I was sitting in the suite with customers of Hilton that had won this award to sit with Chris Carter, and we had a 5-star meal before from a chef and everything. It was amazing. And Indiana fans, Ohio State fans on both sides, I had to tell them, now listen, guys, we're getting ready to go to the game, all right? Now, I'm a competitor. Now, I'm not a really good winner, and I'm not a really good loser, okay? So I'm going to offer you guys commentary for the first half of the game. The second half of the game, I'm going to be by myself watching the game because you don't want to hear me after Ohio State wins, and you definitely don't want to hear me after Ohio State loses. Okay, so we come up with an understanding.
Some ground rules. So we understand each other.
I'm not really good at this.
Yeah,
I've been doing it a long time. It don't work out well.
Yeah, still not good at it.
Still not good at it.
All these years
I was
later.
playing basketball this weekend. Dude hit a shot at the end of the game to win on Saturday. They dapping each other up. I walked right past that dude. I'm still pissed. It's Monday. Okay?
Because you lost.
I ain't good at this, man.
No.
I ain't good at it.
either.
First time I lost, it stung. Next time I lose, it will have the same sting.
Yeah.
No. So that's what he's going through right
Got
now.
it. Okay.
And that's real.
Okay.
Carson Palmer went through it.
Yeah.
There in Cincinnati. A couple other people have gone through it in their careers. Historic losers. And that's something you have to be able to manage. Manage your expectations. And this offseason, he was cheering for them. Hey, man, you guys got to sign T. Higgins. After last year, they gave Jamar Chase $40 million. So now Joe getting 50.
Correct.
That's 90.
Where's
so
the
now
money?
they give T. Higgins 30.
Correct.
That's 120.
Can you even have a successful roster?
I'm just trying to tell you, but when you tell people to put all that money on the offense,
Yeah.
your voice is diminished, though, in that locker room. And that's what you said you wanted.
You got it. Yeah. Fair point, dude. Fair point. The Panthers, who after the Bucs loss had a legit chance, can't beat the Saints. They lose 20-17.
That was horrible.
That's right.
Yeah, like they were doing everything to get this franchise turned around, and then this game just laid out there for them.
Crazy.
Laid out there for them.
And they get beat by the Saints. Rams, what's happening to the Lions? Everybody's talking about the Lions being an NFC contender for 8-6 now, lost 41-34. They were unhealthy allegedly last year. They've been pretty healthy this year.
Except for their defense.
Okay.
Their defense recently, I don't know about their training staff. I don't know about their strength and nutrition. Hey, we're going to have an examination because last year,
same thing.
December, they fell apart. I mean, really significant injuries. This year, their whole secondary, I mean, they have lost so many players. Their offense is number one scoring offense in the NFL. So they were able to overcome the loss of Ben Johnson. But when you look at the team collectively, they're not able to overcome the defensive injuries. They weren't able to do it last year, weren't able to do it this year.
Broncos beat the Pack.
And the other thing, Dan Campbell need to stop going for it on fourth down. That shit ain't working.
He ain't going to stop.
Hey, man, it's not working, though. You need to stop doing
He
that.
ain't going to stop, dude.
Okay.
But, I mean, it looks like he's not going to stop.
That right there might prevent them in this era where they had a real opportunity. They had good teams. Last 3 years, they have good teams. They got the thing turned around. They can't get the greatness because of injuries and because of game day management decisions.
So how about as a player? You're on that team, and every time y'all giving up, not when it's within field goal range, all those points. Well, how many field goals they left on the field this year?
I'm a numbers guy.
Okay.
So I break down the numbers, and I know they got an analytics guy on staff. I go to the analytics guy, and I go back and regurgitate those numbers to him and be like, bro, we got to win these games, man.
Right.
Like, we are losing this theory of I'm going to be aggressive and it not be put to check. Like, we need to check this, man. You can't just do anything you want.
But
we got 53-man roster. You're responsible for everybody on this team. I'm saying we need to start getting them points and stop going for it on fourth down.
Right.
Like,
now everybody knows you go for it on fourth down all the damn time. So they're prepared for you to go on.
You only have a handful of plays that you can
correct.
Call, all right? The element of surprise
is over.
Gone.
Yeah, it's over, man. It was great your first season.
Now, they are a talented
Shook the
football
world.
team, but you cannot overcome not getting those points on the board and giving up field. It's just like a turnover. You get stopped on fourth down, it's just like a turnover.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's just like throwing an interception.
No doubt. All right, Broncos beat the Pack.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Bo Nix played 302 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Not turning the ball, playing well.
He had to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Until Green Bay got those injuries, man, Green Bay was having their way with that defense.
Yeah.
So Denver had to throw the ball with Bo Nix.
And
impressive the way they came back and were able to win that game. They made some critical conversions in the fourth quarter. Critical.
Yes, they did. We talked about Phillip Rivers, the Seahawks, 11-3 beating the Colts, 18-16. One hell of an effort, one hell of a game.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the Niners played the Titans, so you know they had to win. They won 37-24. Titans are now 2-12. Cam Ward hung in there with 152 yards passing, a couple touchdowns. Didn't turn the ball over, but again, they lose again.
Yeah. Offensive line protection and another wide receiver, a star wide receiver. Please help the kid out.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
You're going to be drafted number 1 again.
It is.
Trade it down for multiple picks. You don't need a quarterback.
Where are we at? You're right. Look at
Somebody's going to come up Mendoza. Want Mendoza, take him. Okay, no problem. You can have him.
NFL draft order right now. You get the Giants 2-12, Raiders 2-12, Titans will be 2-12, Browns 3-11, Jets 3-11. Updated 2026 NFL draft order after Week 15 results. Who the Giants going to take if they draft number 1?
They might stay defensive player, and I think the highest ranked defensive player is Arvell Reese, the middle linebacker for Ohio State.
That'd be nice.
Also could play on the edge.
That'd be a nice pickup.
They got some good players on that defense.
Yeah.
They could use a big middle linebacker, 6'4", 240, 235.
Well, they're on their way to the number 1 pick.
The Giants?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Giants right now, after last week, they are
Don't need a quarterback. Out of those teams in the first 5 pick, who needs a quarterback? Just the Jets?
You got Raiders.
Oh, God. Do they need a quarterback?
Titans don't need one. Browns got enough of them. And the Jets.
Yeah, the Browns can't take a quarterback.
No,
the Jets got to. The Jets are in great position.
5th right now.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, and that's your whole. Yeah. So if you look at the whole.
Yes.
Right now, if the season ended today, the Rams would pick 10th from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati, Washington 8th, New Orleans 7th, Arizona 6th, and Jets, Cleveland, Tennessee, Las Vegas, and the Giants. So it'll be interesting to see. All right, let's get to the comments. Wrap this thing up.
Oh yeah.
Stephen Smith, 7434. Another great episode. Keep it going. CC, what should the Eagles do with A.J. Brown this offseason?
Trade him.
Okay.
I mean, because obviously he's met with the key players. He's met with the head coach. He even met with the owner. Because you can't have a player that, regardless of what you're saying behind the scenes, that he when he goes to the press conference, he's going to say whatever he wants to say. It's not good for the team. So you can't have that week after week after week after week. So I think Howie Roseman puts together some package for him and trades him.
Okay. All right. Slim SG7. I like hearing CC speak. I didn't know he was at this level. New sub. E. Alvarez 2843. I see fully loaded. New episode. I click. This show is the standard. Even the doggone mushroom commercial was good. You got the right guys to do the mushroom commercial. Appreciate y'all, gentlemen. Wes D. Smith, 817. Chris Carter called it. Chris Carter called it. Michigan and Dave Portnoy got Moore up out of there. It's odds that if it happened the exact same way, Michigan State got rid of their coach.
Yeah, he's talking about Dave Portnoy, Michigan State, Mel Tucker, sex scandal with the therapist that was working with the team.
Yeah, your boy Portnoy said that that Gruden was going to be he wouldn't be the next coach, but if he was up to him, he'd be the next coach. He said not just because he works for me.
It shouldn't be up to him. He don't know enough about football.
I would agree. I would hope it's not up. Well, as an Ohio State fan, you might want it. It might be okay if it's up to him.
Yeah, let him hire everybody.
Like he can be in charge. He run the offense and the defense. You'd be fine with that.
Man,
let him be the head coach.
Christmas. Everything.
Robert Knight, 9506. If you start the season the second week in August, you will have 5 people in the stands the first few games die of heat stroke in Tiger Stadium. This is not a joke. The heat is a huge problem. We talk about starting the season early.
We got to start early, though.
Yeah.
With the academic calendar and NCAA starting in January, we got to start early.
The players they're already practicing earlier. You worried about the fans going to get hurt?
I'm not worried about the fans.
Yeah, I mean,
guess what?
Nobody is.
For those few people, you can stay at home and watch in air conditioning.
Correct. You'll be all right.
But a huge part of us changing the college football landscaping is we have to change the calendar. Mm-hmm. We cannot continue to. Labor Day is not the opening of football season anymore.
Okay. All right. Life's farewell tour. Chris Carter is the most realistic, honest person discussing the facts as he sees it. He's not worried about what he says and how an athlete might respond. I first found this show when Chris told the Skip Bayless story, quote, "I'll punch you in the face." Favorite show at CC. Year-round, I'm a huge Bucs fan, and Chris made a lot of my Sundays suck with those Vikings. Take this show on the road and interact with the fans. Tampa first stop.
No problem. If you provide 500 people, we'll be there.
You will definitely be there. 500 will show up. 500 in the city will definitely show up. At Silver_79. Sean talking about dudes who were loyal even when their team sucked. Calvin Johnson. Imagine if Detroit actually gave a shit back then.
Calvin.
With Megatron.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh. Wade, second boy. Ohio State history. Nobody threw the ball better than Troy Smith.
Not true. You might be a Buckeye fan, but you're not. The last 3 or 4 quarterbacks we have, they all throw the ball better than any. C.J. Stroud and Justin Sand are the best 2 throwers of the football that we've had at Ohio State.
Okay. DME 2210. I respect you a lot, Chris Carter, but saying Cooper Kupp was on his way to a Hall of Fame career, how he had one good year, question mark. You cannot.
I didn't say he had one good year. You can't be on your way to the Hall of Fame and have one good year.
Correct.
Go ahead.
You cannot take that year away from Cooper Kupp. It was phenomenal. You can make a case that that's one of the top 2 or 3 ever, but that's it. Outside of that 1 year, he's been an average to above average receiver. I don't think he's saying he agrees.
Yes.
He's been an average to above average receiver. Those outside of that, phenomenal.
Yeah, he had a few years there where he was definitely one of the top 3 receivers in the league. He had that one breakout year where he had to run the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Amazing. But also, when you start seeing systems, the Sean McVay system, once they put Devontae Adams and they put Puka in it, they putting up the same type of numbers. Mm-hmm. So who is it? Is it the player or the system?
Correct.
Because he is not the same player in Seattle. So
yeah,
I see what I see.
Don't leave the right system. Neef Buck, 316. Chris Carter, bro, yeah, he's a Division II quarterback, but did he play like that all? He'll know. Ole Miss quarterback was top 5 this year. Laugh my ass off, shake my head. Did you watch college football this year? Just like this NFL season had bad quarterback play at the NFL level, in college, give me a podcast or TV job. Y'all talk crazy like y'all can name 5 quarterbacks that played better than the Ole Miss quarterback. And fuck Lane Kiffin, he says.
Okay, well,
this guy's a nut.
Well, first of all, knucklehead, I never said anything negative about the guy, except I said he came from Division II.
You did say you didn't say anything about his performance.
No, Lane
said that's who he got was Division II.
He actually came there as a backup. He beat out the other guy.
Correct.
And so no, the guy's played. He's played amazing. But I said one of the differences between Ole Miss and LSU is Lane Kiffin would never have to go to finding a Division II quarterback at LSU because he's going to have quarterbacks on deck compared to at Ole Miss. That was the only thing that I might have said derogatory about Ole Miss, but, you made your point.
Yeah, he went everywhere.
The quarterbacks played amazing.
Robert O 7G8Q. Did you hear that? No more excuses. Pressure. I thought y'all went out and spent $18 million and bought the 3 best linebackers in college. How did that work out for you all? Spending the most money equals nothing.
Who?
I don't know. Is he talking about Ohio State and Indiana? What's he talking about? 3 best linebackers, $18 million. Is that who he's talking about? Me neither.
I have no clue.
Me neither. But thanks for your comment. Marcus Robinson, live for love. MJ is the only dude you won't beat 4 times.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I can't argue.
Yes. Yes.
C. Veal, JR 3811 can always depend on CC to keep it 100%.
We try. Man, we try.
We definitely try. And listen, man, I appreciate you. Got a lot to talk about. It's going to be one hell of a playoff. See if y'all watch some bowl games. The NFL playoffs are going to be unbelievable as well, man. It's going to be a great wrap-up this season.
Yep.
So we'll talk to y'all next week. Appreciate you jumping on. Appreciate your support.